little windy still. All right, well, grass looks a little bit better now. Looks a little bit better. I don't know. What do you guys think? It's so bad, it's almost comical this year. I can't stop laughing at how bad my lawn looks this year. It's almost so comical that I'm enjoying it. But I was thinking about doing a little bit of maintenance here, and I went to Tractor Supply and I bought a 50-pound bag of grass seed, and that's all I've done so far. Oh well. So one of my favorite things to see this time of year are the nicely cut green grass paths. I can't even say that, green grass paths. You try saying it. And the tall grass next to it just blowing in the wind. And on a day like today, there's nothing better than just coming out here and taking all that in. So yesterday I decided to come out here and do a little bit of mowing as the sun was about to go down. It's always nice to mow when it's nice and cool, but you can still see without having to put the lights on the mower. And let's just stop for a second. So this might be the nicest that I've ever seen this tree circle here. You can see all of the purple hyacinth. Still got a couple big bunches of yellow daffodils that are probably gonna last for another week before they start to really fade. And all of my hostas are still here. I always forget that I have them because it doesn't usually take too long for the deer to hop the electric fence, come in, and munch those down. But every year I get a little bit better at trying to keep these deer out. So we'll see how far they get this year. So as I was saying, there's something that's a little bit different this year that I haven't had to deal with too much in the past few years, at least not in this quantity, and that is dandelions. Now I know it looks like there's not too many here in the footage, but that's actually kind of a good thing. I was out here all day yesterday with my garden knife picking these out of the ground, and I was just gonna do a couple, so I decided not to film anything, and then I ended up doing a few hundred of them. Yeah, so you can just picture me removing dandelions, I guess. This isn't gonna be a good video. So I mowed this area just a couple of days ago, and you can see that the dandelions, they're already back, and this one here has gone to seed, and that's kind of the thing I'm trying to avoid. So this is my garden knife, and I think they call this a weeding knife or a Japanese weeding knife. It has plenty of other names to it, but it's pretty good at just getting down into the grass, and it's not sharp enough to cut me, but it can really pierce through the grass, get down there, loosen up the root and pull it out. So that's sort of what I've been doing for these bigger clumps. This one right here though is tiny, so it's almost not even worth doing this. So I think there might be too many of these for it to be super effective. It's always a good time to look up and make sure there's nothing that's gonna pierce through your skull. Ugh, something stabbed me on that one. Well, I filled up a bucket and I don't really feel like doing any more of that. It's just not that fun. So I think I'm gonna go grab the scag and make the rest of that disappear. So before we mow, I've got a little bit of a problem with another plant. So this right here is called bleeding heart, and it's a good name for it because you can see it creates these bleeding hearts. If left unchecked, this stuff can just keep spreading, and These orange roots down here, not only do they stain your hands, but if any little piece of that is left in the ground, you're just gonna keep getting more of this stuff. So I really don't like it. So last year I removed hundreds of these roots and filled up several contractor bags worth of bleeding heart. And I noticed this year things have looked a lot better without the bleeding heart around. This area in here is filled with dandelions that have gone to seed and bleeding heart. That's a real winner in here. So this might be one of my least favorite tasks. I'm still trying to figure out something better than using a string trimmer. With that said, the electric string trimmer, for me, is 1,000 times better than the gas one I had. It's just so much lighter, and days when it's really warm outside, it just makes a big difference. The thread is easier to switch. It comes with quick replace spools, but I do need about 3 full batteries every time I use it. So I bought a mini chainsaw that had 2 extra batteries with it, made by the same brand, just to have extra batteries. The chainsaw was effectively free. But I don't mind the string trimmer, it's really not that bad. So we're hitting all the areas that the mower can't easily get to, and along the fence line is always a big one. It's an electric fence and I don't want it to be grounded out. So I try to stay on top of this. Plus, it just looks better when it's done. But I usually need to do this about once a month. Boy, that wind. It's a windy one. Just one of those days, I guess. Where's this turtle going? Gobble gobble. So this might be, looks like I just found an owl pellet. It's got all sorts of fur on it. Can't really tell what it ate. See all the bones in there. Just go ahead and put that back. Ooh. So the spool just ran out on this one, and these are really easy to change, but it's even quicker if you have them preloaded and you have more than one of these. Well, I take that back. Looks like somebody didn't put the cartridge in right. All right, so these packs are cheap. They come with these little spools like that. They're pretty easy to replace, but let's see if I'm right about that. Just pop that out. That's the empty one right there. And the trick is just to put the end of this right here, pull that out, and we'll pop that through the hole. And that feels tight. We'll put that back in just like that. All right, and we're back. Wonder where that turkey went. With a mower later. All right, well, that might have been the most fun I've had doing this in a long time, all thanks to that turkey. I don't always get that many guests. A snake, deer, turkeys. So now I'm just checking to make sure I didn't leave anything. I don't want to be mowing over a lithium battery, if you know what I mean. Lithium battery and my phone on the other side. I had a feeling about the battery, but I didn't realize my phone was missing. I guess that's because I try not to use it ever. Seems counterintuitive, right? I think it leads to a healthier lifestyle. Get outdoors, have some fun, turn the phone off, befriend some deer, chase some turkeys. Thought I just saw that snake again. Oh, and my rock. This video is brought to you by this rock. On windy days, you need something like this to keep your cameras from flying over. Did I shut that gate? Well, I think it's time to get out of these birds' feathers. So these are bluebird boxes along the fence. Although this one right here is occupied by tree swallows. So I think that's new for this year. I think growing out the grass is attracting more swallows this year. And those birds are a lot more fun to watch. Not to mention they eat insects. And my goldfish have certainly been happy snacking all the mosquito larvae over there. But as I was saying this, I just saw an insect. So I'm not gonna say that they're all gone, but the birds eat them and the fish eat them. I do not eat them. But I do eat asparagus. And that one right in front, that one's already 3.5 feet tall. All right, well, this was all in a day's work, and if you're watching at this point and you haven't asked yourself, why haven't I turned this off yet? Could you do me a favor and tap the like button? And that might help someone else get to waste their time as well. I gotta figure this whole thing out, and without anyone tapping the like button, it's never gonna work. So I kinda need you to do that. And if you want to see updates on whatever the heck I'm going to be doing next, could you go ahead and tap the subscribe button as well? So if you haven't done that already, I promise it's a whole lot easier than making all these videos. I'm starting to regret this. So could somebody please tap the like button? Anyone? Someone? No? All right. Well, back to the drawing board. See you on the next one.